Hi, I'll show you what you'll be getting in your kit for your kite. You get a piece of newspaper, a couple of wooden dowels. One is shorter than the other. Both dowels on each end have a little notch made cut into it, and that's where the string will line up in there. So they're all set. There's also a piece of kite string for you and some cellophane tape. And there's a skinny piece of a white tablecloth, plastic tablecloth that you can use for your tail. Excuse me. So what we'll be doing, I'm going to set the paper aside for a minute, is we'll be making our two dowels into the shape of a T. Now you don't want the cross right in the middle. You want it about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up. And you'll be taking a little piece of your kite string. Let me undo this. I have not undone it earlier, so. And cut a little piece off. And you'll just need to get in there and tie it. There we go. And once it's tied, we're going to just wrap it around and around and around, and that will snug it up. We can even put a piece of tape over it. But for right now, we're just going to start with a knot in the middle. There we go. And then we're going to hold it in place and wrap this string around in different directions. First, go this way a couple times, and then come up the other side and go that way a couple times. It's going to get reinforced with the tape, so it's not going to be perfect with this right now, but it's okay. Every time I wrap it around, hold it with your thumb or your finger so that it doesn't loosen. I can already feel that it's getting snugged up, nice and snug, so we can hold its shape later. And then around a couple more times. So even if it's twisting here or there right now, that's okay, because when you tape it, you can tape it to exactly the right shape. Here we go. So I'm going to just come up now and tie it to that other end. Just a square knot, over, under, and then over, under again. You might want to ask your mom or dad to help hold it while you tie your knot, or help you hold it when you're trying to, wrap it around. But so there we go, and then we'll just take a piece of our tape and there we go. These rolls don't have a dispenser on it, so it's a little bit trickier. I like to hold the end and then tape it to the edge of my table so I don't lose that end. But for now, I'm going to put this here and wrap it right around, almost like I did with my string. But because of the tape is sticky, and it's going to go around pretty good. There we go. So that's going to hold it pretty snugly. Then we're going to take a piece of our string. It has to go around the whole outside edge of our kite. This is going to help make our shape. So, hopefully I laid these down the right way. Oh, gee. This is a learning curve. Make sure that your notches are going horizontal with the ground, that they face this way. So this one's good. It's going straight across. Let's see how this one is. This one's not. I'm going to turn it while it's still pliable. Here we go. And I'm going to just put my string in these guides. There we go. There's one. Come across to this one. Two. There. Get this end that you can't see, but it's way down here. You can hear my kitty cat meowing. He wants to go out, but it is raining outside. He is not allowed out, but he thinks he needs to be there, so he's going to be out for a few minutes. Just ignore him. There we go. When I get back up to this area, now I'll cut this piece off. There we go. And I want to make this nice and snug when I tie this knot. So there we go. There, nice and tight. And make sure that my shape is correct. There we go. Whoops, came undone. There we are. I'm right against the table, which is great because I can hold it with my fingers against the table once I start. There we go, my knot. And then use this to lift up to tie the rest of the knot. There we go. With skinny little string. So I think this is probably the hardest part. There we go. All right, so there, we've got our string and our shape is outlined with that string. So now I'm going to slide my newspaper underneath it. Whoops, I lost my string on this side, so let me swing it back on without having to untie anything. Okay, one. There we go. Two. Alrighty, just I think it loosened up a little bit, that's all. So I'm going to put this on my newspaper. I'm going to try to go corner to corner, but still have my cross on the paper too. So let me see if I can do this like that. There we go. I think my string has been too loose. So I need to figure out a way to tighten this up. So just like if you were doing it, I'm going to leave this on the video because it is, it makes it so that it's not tight any longer. I'm going to turn this around to where my knot is. And they're still in there. There we go. There we go. Oh wow, it did loosen up quite a bit. So, and actually, because this is a type of a nylon string, it's coming loose, so let me see if I can undo it and get my knot undone. Oh boy, it's very loose. Let me see if I put that in that loop, if I can untie it. There we go. Alright, so I'll snug that back up again. Really snug this time. Try this one more time to tie another knot. Let me see. Wow, the skinny little string is hard to use. It's hard to work with. Maybe that's why I had a little bit of problem tying it before. So this would be a good point to show you that if I had another person here just to hold it even while I tried to tie the knot, that would help me a lot. Because the other one actually got loosened up, I'm going to tie it one more time just to make sure I've got a good knot. There we go. There we are. There we go, nice and snug. So now it's on my newspaper. I'm going to do corner to corner. Whoops, I want to make sure that all of my stick part is in on the newspaper. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to need to fold it. What's going to happen is I'm going to, we could leave it here or you could draw a line, but I'm going to be folding this paper over my string. So while I'm leaving it here, I'm going to cut about 3/4 of an inch on the outside of that string, all the way around my kite. There's that one. This one has a little bit thinner up on top, that's okay. There we go. There's that one. There we go, I'm going around. This side is already there, so I just need to do the other long side. Turn my kite carefully so it doesn't come off of my paper. where it was and cut down here. There we go. So we are going to be folding this paper over and folding it over the string and taping it. And in order to do that, we have a stick that's sort of in the way. What you'll do is cut this little corner off right at where the stick comes. And then I'm going to do this one also up here, and I'll show you. We'll eventually do all four, but you cut those little corner tips off. And then we fold this up and over.